I'm Matt.
I'm Shane.
And if you like what you hear, make sure you hit that thumbs up button real hard, and make sure you subscribe to Comic Movie Marks.
And also click that little bell for all of the notifications.
Whee!
Always remember,
if Trailer Trash can do it,
anyone can do it.
Hello and welcome everyone to another Comic Movie Marks video.
So apparently Disney has lifted the social media embargo on Captain Marvel, and more controversy follows.
I've been waiting for this one, baby. Look at what we got here. Looky, looky. We got some reviews and cookies. I love IndieWire here. Captain Marvel praised in strong first press reactions, so ignore those fake user reviews.
Isn't that cute? But it's wrong!
Fine. Haha, made you think otherwise. Fake reviews, huh? What fake reviews are you talking about? Because what I see on Rotten Tomatoes is people just giving their opinion if they want to see or not see the movie. None of these are reviews. None of these people are saying they've seen this movie. It's basically Rotten Tomatoes has want to see it or not interested. That's it. It's not a review bomb. This is such a lie. This drove me nuts. Fake user reviews. Are you kidding me? It's a first impression. It's how you feel. Whether you disagree or agree with these people, it's up to you. That's what they're doing. They're just giving their opinion on whether or not they are going to see it or are. That's it. One person here, not interested. Love Marvel movies, but I'm going to pass on this one with all, apparently all only has one L, the SJW political BS. There's one here that wants to see it. I have not missed an MCU movie yet, and I can't wait to see this. There you go. What a review bomb. It's not a review, you cock. It's not a review. Just because apparently it's a 53% want to see Captain Marvel, and usually any movie that's about to come out always has like a 99, 98, 95. Okay, so this one's a little different. Well, she's pissed off a lot of people. What do you expect?
Yep, exactly.
But it's not a review.
That don't make no sense.
I think that's the most surprising thing. People are reacting, and as Matt said, if you agree with them or not, some of them don't want to see it for one reason or another, and that's completely up to them. But the very surprising thing, if 52% of people want to see it, most, especially Marvel movies, I mean, DC on the other hand, people like to just crap all over, but Marvel movies, they're in the 90s. The very lowest I think that I've seen, high 80s. Currently, Avengers Endgame sits at 99%. Now, I don't know how many people have voted or commented on this because it doesn't show, but fucking 99% of people have gone on to Rotten Tomatoes, clicked that stupid little button. So that obviously shows that one way or another, Captain Marvel is gaining some sort of reaction, I guess negative or positive, and people are going there, you know, flocking to the website, clicking on the button saying, no, not interested in this, or yeah, this looks like something I'm excited to see. Again, remains to be seen. We've discussed this on previous videos about this topic, how the box office is going to pan out, but these are not fucking reviews. So they're just comments, people expressing themselves, and just like they do on most social media, on fucking Twitter, on Instagram, you know, you read comments, people are going to say, nope, I'm not interested in this. And not all of them are even political. Some of them are just, this looks boring. I'm not sure. This looks generic. So they don't fucking want to see it for whatever reason. They don't want to see it. And they have that right.
Well, let's get to these professional reviews, because these are the ones everybody's been clamoring for, right? These are the ones that really set this movie on that high bookshelf in the sky, right? Not really. These are awful. I don't understand why there's hundreds of critics when literally they all say the same shit. Why do we have so many of these? No, it's about 90s nostalgia.
What?
Ben Mendelsohn.
What?
Of course, the sassy Brie Larson.
What?
And the cat Goose.
90% of the time, I have no idea what the fuck I'm talking about.
Every single one of these say that. Except for one. There's only one that stands out. And that's just one here, Angie J. Han. Well, Thanos is fucked. Thank you.
Yeah. I also just noticed, I don't know if he wrote 2 reviews, but Mike Ryan, at Mike Ryan, he has two
Creative.
he has two reviews on here. One says Captain Marvel isn't what I expected based on marketing. It's pretty much an all-in cosmic space movie. Also, it's a lot weirder than I expected. Ben Mendelsohn is awesome as Talos.
Damn it! Who typed a question mark on the teleprompter?
Then the other one, he says, I can't get over how great Ben Mendelsohn is. It's like he had to go back and write another one. I just can't get over how great he was. I was worried he was going to be the one of those Marvel villains with alien makeup, but that's not the case at all. This movie doesn't work without him. So I don't know if those are just two separate pull quotes from the same review, or if he just went back to it and is just like, oh, it's just all giddy.
I think the 160 character Twitter limit really screwed him. I think that's supposed to be one review.
Yeah, that could be.
Or whatever they're up to now. I think they're above 160, but that's what I know. Here's our first impressions. Shocker. Who didn't expect this coming? There's not one negative impression here at all. Not in the ones I've seen. Maybe there is one out there somewhere, but out of the ones I've seen in the list, not one negative impression at all. And this is something that I wanted to talk about. Riddle me this. Is Captain Marvel going to actually have fair reviews? And the answer, no. There's either going to be people that are going to overinflate it, like these people are right here, or you're going to have the people on the opposite end that are going to shit on it no matter what, because they either don't like Brie Larson, they don't like the character, or they just flat out won't like the movie or the marketing. So they're going to shit on it no matter what.
That sounds familiar.
And that's kind of unfortunate. As much as I personally don't care about this movie at all, I think every movie should still have a fair shake from everybody, critics and audience. And I get it. She's divided a lot of people, and then the media here obviously are not going to say anything negative because they don't want to hurt Daddy Disney. And also they don't want to piss off like one small sect of the world, or that 0.0001% of audience members that this movie is appealing to. They don't want to make them mad because God forbid. It's kind of unfortunate. It's a real sad thing to see that this movie, no matter what, Shane and I doubt it, but Shane and I might walk out of this thing like, wow, you know, that's a pretty solid Marvel movie.
That's a possibility.
Like Ant-Man and Wasp for us. That's a very telling movie for Shane and I, because I scratched and clawed my way not to go see that movie. I did not want to see Ant-Man and Wasp. It looked stupid. But I went and watched it. I'm like, I was pleasantly surprised at some of the aspects. I felt it was better than the first one by far. I mean, it's still not like a movie that's going to blow me away I'm ever going to watch again in any manner unless I'm somehow forced at gunpoint. I had much higher appreciation for it leaving the movie than the expectations I had before. So it's just low bar, and it jumped it easily. The same thing could happen again. It's so one-sided here. It's either got to be, you better fucking love this woman and girl power, or you're going to have to be on the other side and just shit all over it because of what the message could be portraying that people don't like. And it sucks. The movie cannot get a fair shake at all, which is unfortunate.
Now that just seems to be the time that we live in. We have talked about, obviously, superhero fatigue and with these movies, and if they're being divided or they're not getting a fair shake, maybe that just plays into the whole comic book movie fatigue. All movies deserve a fair shake, but because of how vocal people can be and how there's so many people who do these review shows or have their own blogs or something, you know, on these different websites. So many people have opinions on it. Some of the people who are, I guess, fortunate or unfortunate enough to be able to watch a movie early, you know, before the embargo gets lifted, then they can just push out their own agenda and kind of force the hands of some one way or another. That's unfortunate. They should be able to go in without an agenda, watch a movie, say, hey, here's what I thought about it, and move on to the next.
Like I said, every movie should get a fair shake in some manner. Because, I mean, there's more than just one person on this movie. It's not just Brie Larson. By letting Brie Larson go out there and say the things she's saying, they're obviously not stopping her in any way. They want her to do this. I wanted to pose a question of, will this actually, affect Endgame in its box office at all? And will the Marvel Universe essentially be dead after Endgame? Because apparently she's the future. I mean, that's what we keep hearing. She was signed on a multi-picture deal, and she's going to be what launches the universe after this.
Yeah, I definitely think Endgame will mark the end of an era. It's probably why it's titled that way. But it will be very interesting to see.
Really?
It will be very interesting to see where the Marvel universe goes from here. That they're going to start making a lot of changes, and obviously Brie Larson, Captain Marvel, is going to be kind of in the forefront, right up there in line with the original three that we had with Thor, Captain America, and Iron Man. It'll be very intriguing to kind of see how a lot of this unfolds over the next year or two.
And I don't think it'll affect Avengers box office at all, because I just don't think anything can affect Avengers box office. If you really look at it, I think we've had like a trailer and a half. Like, we've got nothing. They don't give a shit. They don't need to advertise this movie. They don't. Not at all. I think Avengers box office is solid for the most part. Whether or not its response will be good, because if they do something that could irk a lot of people by maybe having her defeat Thanos, that might really put the nail in the coffin if something to that effect happens. In case I don't see you,
good afternoon, good evening, and good night.
Congratulations, you made it to the end of the video. You're one of very few to make it to the end.
Yes, thank you very much.
Make sure you hit that like button and subscribe to Comic Movie Marks Podcast and hit the notification bell. All these fucking YouTube channels say this shit, so I'm going to say it now.
Yes, it's perfect. And if you want to hear our full podcast, you can check out our podcast on iTunes or any other podcast subscription service.
Make sure you subscribe. Thanks again.